taking on risk that they're not getting paid for. They can take a massive growth risk because the 60% of equities represent 90% of the risk in the portfolio. So what we're trying to, I guess, over years and days and saying the same thing in different ways is to say, listen, there's no reason for you to do this when you're dealing with a portfolio where you can lever up or down, right? Going back to the original Nobel Prize winning concept of the capital market line instead of the efficient frontier, right? Going toward equity to get your returns is not appropriate if you have the ability to use modest amount of leverage in order to get your required returns, right? So this is what we're trying to pound the table, and everybody in this space is you are blind if you're not seeing the risks that you're taking that you don't get paid for. Let's get paid for the risks. Let's start there for our beta portfolio.
Right? So I think that's a point I want to come back to, because we did get off on a little bit of the into the puzzle pieces rather than the big picture on the front of the box for a moment, and just thinking about and thinking through the larger picture of, okay, so you are going to build a fulsome portfolio that's beta. Well, why are you building that? And you're building it partially because you want the most efficient way to harness the various betas in the world at the lowest potential risk. So you've got to consider all the asset classes, as Adam and Richard and Rodrigo alluded to. So you need a good universe set. You then need a methodology from which you're going to allocate to, and this is what everyone was talking about with the different variants coming from each of the asset classes, and some way to rebalance. All of Risk Parity provides those types of metrics and frameworks, but it also provides the opportunity of a well-balanced portfolio for which now you're going to make bets against with your alpha.
Right.
And if you don't start with a very diversified, very robust and thoughtful way to allocate across all of these assets, I find you've started lost. You don't even have a map. You have a compass, but no map. And so I think it's critically important in this discussion about the mix of alpha and beta is your beta portfolio is your do no harm portfolio. It's the most robust portfolio you can think of that will weather all the seasons, i.e. all weather. And then you can start thinking about how you might bet against it. And secondly, you can measure whether your bets against that are actually effective over time. And these, I think, are critical points to building the combination, building both the beta initially and then layering on some sort of alpha on top of that.